Hello pole friends! Today we are gonna talk about the bird of paradise and a very cool variation for people who are scared of it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, comment and like this video so that we can move on. Give me your opinion, I wanna see what you're thinking about the channel, about the videos, or if you want something special, I wanna know your opinion. The bird of paradise is quite an advanced movement, and I have a little secret to share with you. For me, it took quite a long time to actually do it by myself. I was not confident with the grip. It's quite tricky to understand this grip, and I didn't have anybody to spot me, so I kept postponing. And then one day I was like, okay, I really want to learn it so that I can teach it in my tutorials because it's so beautiful, and today we're gonna see it. Let's start with a few warm-ups. It's good to start with a full leg stretching routine to warm up. It's important to stretch the muscles of your shoulder and also do a little warm-up to strengthen the muscles of your shoulder before you do this movement, because it's going to require a lot from them. Now let's go to the pull. Starting with inside leg hang. Yes, inside leg hang. And soon I'm gonna tell you why. You can pass your outside arm around the pole all the way until your elbow. Now, you can hold the pole so that you can switch the legs. Bring your inside leg as close as possible to you. Take a deep breath, empty your lungs while you stretch your leg, and then try to reach one hand with the other one. Now that you're in this position, you can release your upper leg, but first you bring it to the front. That's for you to understand the balance of the movement. When you bring your leg to the front, you feel more confident in the grip. It's not so heavy. Now that you feel that you're safe with the grip on your elbow, you can bring your leg back. One important tip is bring the pole all the way to your elbow. If you bring the pole just in the middle of your forearm, it's going to be a lot difficult for you to grab both hands because one is not going to reach the other. It feels really difficult. You shouldn't try to extend your leg before your arm is properly placed, because if you're feeling difficulties just in placing your arm right, it's gonna be much more difficult when you're extending the leg. So do all the steps properly so that you can get to the final position. Some people prefer to start with the outside leg hang. But the reason why I don't like to teach it like this is because when you start with inside leg hang, it's a lot easier to pass your arm all the way onto the elbow. Try both ways. You'll notice that when you try outside leg hang first, it's gonna feel a lot more difficult to do this position. That's why I prefer this way. So, inside leg hang, bring your elbow all the way to the pole, hold the pole to help you switch in the legs, then you can bring your leg until you reach both hands, one with the other. It's very important if you're feeling difficulties in bringing your leg all the way, you should breathe out. While you're extending your leg, while you're bringing your leg closer to your body, remember to breathe out. That's going to make a difference. I highly recommend, if you're learning this trick, that you do it with some friend together with you, someone to spot you. It's very difficult to understand if you're correctly gripped in this position. So, in the first time, it's really a lot safer to do with someone with you. If you don't have someone to help you, I recommend you to start doing very close to the floor. Because if something happens, if you're not properly gripped, at least you're not gonna get hurt because you're very close to the floor. But still, I think with the friend is the best option to start. it's also very important where to apply the grips for this split. So you have some important grip spots here, and they are your thigh, the side of your waist, your elbow, of course, and the back of your shoulder. It's not very easy to understand that, but once you're there in the position, you should feel that these 4 spots are holding you to the pole. If one of them is missing, it can be a little bit dangerous. I wouldn't risk assembling the position if I'm not confident in these spots gripping me. Here's where I should apply the grip. In this region of your thigh, the side of your waist, the elbow that is holding your weight, and the back of your shoulder. Be very careful in the first times you're attempting this split because it's very hard on your shoulder. That's why we were warming up it so much, because it requires a lot of strength. You're putting all your weight just in one shoulder, and this can be a little bit too much. For me, sometimes if I'm not careful, it really hurts, so I have to stop, go back, do some more warm-ups, and then go back to the pole and try to do the position without feeling actual pain in my shoulder. Now, a cool variation for people who are very flexible and also very scared of this position. That was my case. I was scared of the grip, I was scared that I could fall, and while I was not doing the actual Bird of Paradise, I was doing this variation that I find really beautiful and for me works as well. Let's check it out. We're going to start the same way. The difference here is that when we are extending our leg, instead of grabbing both hands, we're going to try to grab our leg by the ankle. Now I have the other arm released, and then I can use it to hold the pole. And then I'm going to feel a lot safer. It doesn't require so many grip spots, and for me it's a lot more secure, but of course it requires a little bit more flexibility than the usual version of the Bird of Paradise. But if you can do it, if you can bring your leg all the way to your hand, I think it's very nice. And if you don't have anybody to spot you, that's a cool variation. It looks just as beautiful, in my opinion. Let's take a look one more time. So that's it for today, guys. I really hope you liked this video, because for me the Bird of Paradise is such a beautiful movement. But don't forget to try first with someone to spot you, because it doesn't matter how cool a movement is, it's never worth getting hurt for it. Don't forget to use the hashtags JulieFrota and Splits Project. I want to see your improvement, I also want to see how you're doing in your splits, and I see you next week.